Twisting, turning. That's a penalty, is it? No, he's still going. Oh, how about that? How about that?
Two friends, two minds, and one love for Arsenal Football Club. You are now listening to the Caught in Two Minds podcast.
Meanwhile, Shelly weaves his way through.
Hey. What's really going on? Welcome to the podcast, Caught in Two Minds. E. Marshall, Fitz Rush, a.k.a. Gooner Rush. You know?
Hello.
What time is it? Huh? 5 wins in a row.
What?
9 and
Arsenal.
11. 9 and 11.
Whoa.
We come away with a 2-0 win versus the Foxes. No Vardy, no party. Oh, wait.
Right.
There was a party.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll get into that later. But, he finally got him another one.
Woo. Woo.
He's been trying his ass off. He almost got another one. He hit the post, but, man, I was happy for him.
Yep.
I was happy for him.
And he almost got a third. Handball stopped it.
Yep.
But we got it anyway.
Total domination. He controlled the midfield. We're talking about Thomas Partey, the man who's, like Fitz said last week, slowly getting accustomed to the pace and physicality of the Premiership, and it clearly fits his style. It's all coming back to him now, his Atletico Madrid days, and I couldn't be happier. And we should all, like I said last week, have a what is it? What's the word I'm looking for?
Like a self-re-examination every once in a while.
Right.
Reassess where you're at.
Right. Self-assessment. Like, look back, see what's going on, be honest with yourself. If you played like a 4, give yourself a 4, work on it, improve, and get better.
Yeah.
Shout out to Partey. Anyway, let's get to the game. I'm running my mouth. I'm excited. I don't know what to do. I'm going to ask you a question later about can we get 4th? Can we get a top 4? I'm still,
The lingering question. The lingering question.
Anyway, what did you think about that game? The first half,
Came right out with energy. Mm-hmm. I don't care if Vardy's on the pitch or not. We know how Leicester likes to play.
Yeah.
Send them down there far down the pitch, put people on runs. The defensive line is always going to be challenged a little bit.
Right.
But we were so organized. So, it wasn't much of a challenge. They really
never
didn't.
Yeah. I was going to say they never looked like they had a chance. There was a few spots throughout the game where, because they're Leicester, they can pass the ball, move it kind of quick. And they got a few good young players attacking that, they causes a couple problems here and there. But for the most part, like you said, we were well organized. The chemistry between Saka and Odegaard, we'll get into that later. And I liked Gabby, He didn't really score, but I liked his aggressiveness. I liked the fact that he was like, Saka now, he's at that stage where he he'll slowly let the game come to him and periodically try to, put his foot on the gas and go for it and dominate. Gabby's just like, fuck it, from the jump. I'm full throttle. I'm going. I'm causing trouble. I'm in this shit.
Yeah.
And I thought he was I thought he played good in the first half. Just his energy.
His energy is so important, and the way he presses the back line, it spreads that pitch out. Stay wide, stay up top. Yes. Give us some place to just let the ball go to, and the team is stretched because they're worried. They're worried over there.
And when you got a center back, a ball playing center back like Ben White, who could send those floaties right to people, you know what I mean? Gabby's the perfect, he's perfect for that.
He is,
because I don't think a lot of people. I don't think a lot of the people playing against him understand just how quick he is, because it always seems like it's a shock to him. You know what I mean? When he's running by him, or when he cut the corner on that one and, made a little pass, slotted a little pass back to whoever it was, Locker, who got it, who was in the right spot. Got a shot. Anyway,
it's gonna take him an extra second, but he gonna get there. He gonna get there. No.
I mean, Locker doing his thing. I like the fact that he's found his niche.
Yep.
He
seems comfortable with it. He's like, all right, I'll feed these young bucks. I'll feed him passes.
I'll press. I'll come back. I'll do whatever you want. I'll try to hold the ball up, and I get it out wide to these young bucks. So let them run and chase this shit, do whatever they're gonna do. But sometimes a player of his stature, with his career and his age, sometimes they want to make it all about them. Like Abba kind of. And I think Laka is just like, hey, whatever you need, I'm gonna do. And you can feel he's a leader. He's a leader out there.
And he has leadership and professional. He's just a professional, so he's accepted where he is on this team. Where's the role? I think part of what helps is that when we first got Laka, he was still pushing hard for national team and all that.
Right.
He's at the age now. France has got plenty of strikers. He's not getting back in. So he just, hey man, I'm just gonna play my professional career and just do what I gotta do to just stay on the pitch.
Totally. I agree. Back to Gabby. Saka has Odegaard over there with him to kind of do some things. And I think right now Gabby's a little, he's in a tough spot with Xhaka. I'm not criticizing Xhaka. I'm just saying you could tell going, pushing forward, getting in the box is kind of weird still to Xhaka at this stage, and these last three games that he's been doing it. And once we get somebody who's comfortable doing that with Gabby, and if they can develop some kind of rapport like Odegaard and Saka, I think that's gonna be special. But Xhaka ain't it, and I'm not, like I said, I'm not. Hey, all the the lovers out there that love Xhaka, I'm not criticizing. I'm just saying you have to admit he feels a little like a fish out of water, getting in the box and pushing forward. So
I tell you, with that, the way he's setting that up right now, took me a couple weeks to just kind of analyze and figure out like what's the purpose. But what I saw yesterday was Partey's being asked to do a lot of running now because he's playing so deep defensively, and then he comes up to help sometimes.
He's pretty much holding down the midfield.
But I think it's put less pressure on Xhaka to have to continuously track back, which to me is probably one of his weakest spots.
Right.
Is if a team is countering, Xhaka had to keep his head, look around, and make sure he had places covered behind his back or where he needed to go. Partey's doing that now, and Xhaka can kind of play up the pitch. I trust my manager.
Well, that's what you just said. That's a good point, because you're not really seeing Xhaka get caught out of position where he has to make stupid fouls and risk getting sent off. If the other team does lose the ball and they want to try to play it out from the back, he's already up there. He can help in the pressing. And that's a good point.
He loves to do. He loves to go run up there and act like I'm a young buck and I can chase balls down.
And it's just easier for him to kind of read things and be effective in the press. Whereas if he's in that midfield and he's trying to catch up to people, and if people are already running at him with full speed, he's in a tough spot.
Oh yeah.
And I think the way they're doing it now, he's up further in the pitch. He's got Lock up there buzzing around Gabby. And I think that little chaos they're creating is making the press a little more effective. And like you said, Partey just holding it down. Now, Wednesday, we play Liverpool. It'll be interesting to see if, Xhaka is pushed that far up against those spazzy bastards. But,
Yeah, I'd have to agree with the guy. Well, I'm not going to say I agree with him, but like you said, I got questions whether we can do it that way against everybody.
Right.
Or
Pick and
not,
choose.
maybe Liverpool game's not going to get that same type of setup as far as Xhaka probably plays a little deeper.
Yeah.
But like really, it's go at Liverpool the way they go at you. They kind of keep their defensive mids back because their strikers are so deadly that they don't need a ton of help to get into positions and to get shots off.
Right.
That's how we got to look at it too.
Right. They push up high with their wing backs, left back, and whoever that one fool is. But for the most part, everybody else kind of just holds it down in the middle. You got the attackers and you got the left back and the right back push way up high the field. So yeah, you just have to I don't mind playing Liverpool. You know what I mean? I don't mind that style. I know it's chaos. They can handle it. And if we're up for it and we have the technical ability on that day and we're alert, then we can play with them. I don't like playing Man City. They just fucking hog the ball. It's not a fun.
And they kind of lull you to sleep a little.
It's not a fun watch.
Yeah,
it's not a fun watch if that's your team playing against them, because it just reminds me of Barcelona against Arsenal in the Champions League. It's just like, dude would just be running around chasing.
That's why we need to sign Jack. No.
Anyway, moving on, Ramsdale, tremendous save on that header. If you have a good goalkeeper, they save you. They save you points, and that was a situation where he saved us points because that was a. That was a great header. It was, still in the first half, I'm pretty sure, if my memory serves me correct.
Yes.
And, that could have been huge.
That would have made it 1-1 after we dominated the half, and it would have felt like, oh, man,
here we go, right?
Come on, man.
Right. So that was one of those situations where it's like, whoo, shit.
And a couple of, I would normally say tricky, like touchy plays by Gabriel. He went down on the ground in the box like twice.
I was like, whoa.
He played him right. But boy, it's risky, but he did play him right. And one time he definitely maybe saved a goal.
Ben White came in there with that one challenge. And that was, I mean, out of everybody. In this little surge we've been going through, he's probably the one that's really, really stepped up, because he's holding it down. Like he's not really having those, those moments like Gabriel is.
Yeah.
Gabriel lately has been having those moments. We know he's a little emotional, but Ben White, solid as a rock, man.
So
smooth.
I saw somebody's assessment and said, you know what? The excitement in Arsenal's a lot of fun, and the youngsters are getting a lot of attention. Ben White might be our most consistent player this year.
Smooth as silk, and he just performs out there. He really does.
Starting to get into the offense just a little bit. Just finding that guy that's open and launching the counter. Let's go.
I look at somebody like Tierney, and he's not doing much, but he's doing a lot. You know what I mean? Like he's just he's really like, I don't know. For those those first couple of seasons when he was with us, it was all Tierney, dude. It was,
oh man,
if he didn't do it, what the hell was we gonna do? And I just think lately he's just kind of filling the game
I love
out.
an aware player, and he's aware. Like you said, the last couple years
we had
a need to try to get something going, and Tierney was willing to do it.
Right,
like he was willing to do everything he could. I think one thing that's, when he first came up, it was him and Saka on that side a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And they had their own little chemistry. And
it's easy to work with Saka.
Saka likes to do little cut-ins and stuff, and that gives Tierney that chance to overlap and try to get it. I mean, Gabby is he's a burner. He's just burning so fast. I think Tierney looks up there and is like, man, I'm here to support you, but I can't get up there. Like, you running so damn. And he likes to get behind the defender.
I can't overlap if you're sprinting up the field. Like, what I mean? You're doing too much, but it's effective. You don't really need Tierney And one of his best gifts is getting to that byline and putting a cross in. And like we've always said, who you crossing the ball to?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's not really our style anymore.
Yeah.
We can go there, we can do that, but even from the right back position, we've kind of stopped doing that shit.
Yeah.
Like we're getting out wide to Gabby or Saka, let him break them down, do some 1-2s, and let's get some shots in there. Whereas before we would settle for that cross from Tyranny, because Bellerin, he just, anyway, don't even get me started. I mean, he's not on the team anymore. But yeah, so I thought the defense, we got a clean sheet. I thought they had a rough game against Watford. They gave up 2 goals to a struggling team. I thought today we looked a little more organized. I thought the team, as a whole played better. And Ramsdale looked like, he's fully dialed in again. And so
Totally. He looked great.
Happy with that. Odegaard.
I mean, you could just like if you didn't even know where he was on the pitch and you just watched him run around, you'd be like, that kid cares. Like he is trying his hardest at everything. Like
fully dialed in.
Yeah.
Fully dialed in. Like he is just like Partey, like they're fully accustomed to this league and how to play and what's going on out there.
He's got every pass in the bag too.
Every pass in the bag. His head is always up. He's looking for shit. He reminds me of Cess with that head. He's just always looking to find somebody to get the ball to and create a chance.
Yeah.
And he's more aggressive than Ozil in all aspects of his game.
Yeah.
Ozil was just, smooth as silk, but you wanted a little more. You felt he had it in him, whereas Odegaard is giving you everything, man. Everything.
I mean, it really is like he's like the vision of what we just continue to just hope for Ozil. Like, because when you watched Ozil sometimes, you saw he wasn't slow.
Oh no.
If he wanted to get after it, he can kind of run.
When he hit that turbo
it's his
button.
Choice to just he was too smooth and I'm cool and watch what I can do next. You know, and it was like
him and Abba were, too cool for school, as I like to say. But Odegaard is giving you everything. I mean, he didn't get one wrong touch. He's nutmegging people. He's making little passes. Him and Saka, the combination is, hey.
And I'm even gonna give a little shout out to Cedric. He's working with them too in that corner.
He really is.
I watched Cedric. One time I watched where he came down. Saka got it out wide where he was. He was on the line. Cedric finally starts getting up there. It looked like a clear lane for him to cut down the middle.
Right.
But very disciplined. What am I supposed to do? He stopped. He ran to the overlap, made the defender slide. Saka cut it in. Now Saka's in his favorite position. What am I going to do now?
Right. That's a good point with Cedric. I'm not gonna. This isn't controversial. I know Tomiyasu is our number 1 right back, but Cedric's style kind of, he fits a little better, just a little, as far as pushing up and being a little. Now defensively, that's where he kind of gets, he kind of the physicality kind of gets to him, whereas Tomiyasu is just solid defensively. So
and the head.
Right.
I need that head back in my lineup.
Right. But it's a nice problem to have. It's one of those weird things with Arteta. We've always been saying people on my timeline, they're praising Cedric, but me and you have always been like, he's solid. He didn't deserve to, be pushed out of the team for so long. What I mean? To me, he just did.
Yeah.
Like, he's not doing anything incredible to me now. To me, this is how he kind of always plays. Even when he had to fill in as left back, he was solid.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I don't know. I just hope we can put this to rest now. Like they're going after another right back.
If he's
I
willing to
mean,
stay,
you can
he's
find somebody that's better than Cedric to replace him, but we're talking about somebody that's going to be a replacement.
right. He's gonna
That's just Tommy Yasu's spot.
right.
There's nothing wrong with Cedric as our backup. It shouldn't be a priority that
Plus,
we
he's
have to get a
right.
right back now and blah blah. Like we
Plus,
can work on some other things.
Plus, he's versatile, and Tavares too is versatile.
Yeah.
Early in the season, Arteta put him a right back, and I was just like, "Hey, what's going on?" And then when I saw him, hey, we're like you said, we're fine there. We need somebody, Tillemans for Leicester. He didn't play yesterday, but he would be nice next to Partey and that little Xhaka push up high roll, because he's a little more, the box and being in the box and pushing forward is not as foreign to him as it is to Xhaka. And he's out of anyway. Yeah. I don't get into none of that shit because it doesn't matter. It happens when it happens. Especially now, if you've been an Arsenal fan for a long time, you know that. Know that. Don't even trip. You're gonna have fools all summer doing podcasts about the transfer market.
Right.
Hey, we don't do that shit.
I call that my off season. Okay.
We might chime in, with if we sign somebody, we might do a podcast about that. But hey, don't get it twisted. No, you're not gonna get no transfer rumor podcast in fucking July. Okay.
I'm not talking circles for 2 months. Well, maybe they're gonna do that. I don't know.
Right.
Maybe they should do this.
You feel me? So
hey, bringing up random names of people that you're just like, I don't even know if this guy is available or if he wants to come. You telling me, but
right. Or you got to go to YouTube and see who it is and be like, oh wow, yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
And then talk shit on Twitter.
Great left foot. He does. Right. He's got a great.
Plus, we already know with Partey and Odegaard and whoever, it's gonna take time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really going to take time if you get him in on August 31st.
Oh, man.
Because that's what's going to happen.
Oh, yeah. And then we're going to need about 4 games for him to get ready.
Right.
Yeah.
So there you go. We just shit all over the off season. Thank you very much, Cotton Two Minds. Make sure you go to YouTube and subscribe. All you people on Facebook, dude, we love it. We love the likes.
Yes.
We love the follows. Please go over to YouTube and subscribe and tell your friends. That's all I'm going to say about that.
YouTube is dominating the game now, folks. You got to get your followers over there.
So let's check this out. Clearly a penalty, right?
Yes.
Well, what's he going to the screen for? What are the people in VAR doing?
In a natural position, the guy from the booth could have said, "Nah, his hand wasn't in a natural position, dude. Just
stop it." I just don't know. Why are we playing games with Arsenal though? When he went over to the TV screen, I was like, okay, they get rid of screw.
No,
because why? Look, like I said, why would he screw himself? Like, you made the call. Why would you go over there and be like, oh, you know what? I didn't get that right. After VAR gives you an out to be like, hey, you didn't do anything wrong, dude.
Right.
Anyway, clearly a penalty. Yeah.
It made me happy. It made me happy to see Locker put it up in the top shelf. And
great penalty shot.
Oh, man.
I mean, he hammered it home. The keeper went the right way, but, that's that French class, as they say. That's that professionalism. He just, I'll go rooftop on this fool. And 2-0, great Saturday, great Sunday at the Emirates.
Yeah.
I was happy here in Texas. It was just the team played well going forward. We created a lot of chances. The defense was solid. Shout out to Arteta and the coaching staff. I'm gonna praise him when he deserves to be. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I'm gonna make a point. The announcer said progress is now. What do you say? It's tangible now, and that's been my point this whole time. Like, me and you have been, we've fluctuated. We've gone up and we've gone down, but for the most part, we've always said, hey, we don't know. We don't know. Give them time. We don't know.
Yep.
We haven't been one of these blind Arteta sexuals, as they call it, where it's just like, he can do no wrong. You're stupid for not You're stupid for not agreeing with every decision he makes. And we haven't been one of these fools that have been like, get him out of here. He sucks. He's a joke. Our whole thing is we need to see. We don't. He's never been a head coach anywhere, so we don't know. You know what I mean?
Yes. I mean, I've floated. I mean, we floated, and the way Arsenal's been for a couple years, there's obvious times when you would have been like, dude, I don't think this is working. Like, it just don't seem like it's working. And now I'm looking at it, and I gotta praise him. Like,
hey, progress is tangible now.
There you go.
We can see it. We can see it now.
I think that's a real clever way to say what I was about to say, whoever said that one. But I got to the end of the game. I watched this play. I thought, you know what? This team's good. We're a good side.
Right.
It doesn't feel like this is fluky or, oh, we just got on a little run. We've played some worse teams and stuff like that and kind of handled them. But, I'm not going to say Leicester is a worse team, like a bottom dweller team. I mean, and we dominated them. We dominated. They were on their heels, and watching Saka, Odegaard, turning on the defenders and getting around them and stuff like they're happy. They're playing with joy. They've got energy. They're loving football out there now. Arteta gave that to them, and every player I see quoted, they love the guy. They love Arteta.
And here's the thing too: the development and the consistency that the young players are showing is huge, because there's always, if you've been an Arsenal fan for a long time, you've seen the Theo Walcotts and the Jack Wilshires and the Aaron Ramseys at a young age, and it's just a roller coaster ride. But with these young players and this team, they're consistent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're more consistent than some of the veterans out there, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
But that's all coaching. That's all getting them mentally prepared to play, instilling confidence in them, and letting them go. And they haven't let them down. And my only thing when the reason why I mentioned that progress is tangible now is it's taught me a lot about patience. You in life, you have to be patient, especially if you want to make big changes. And that's what Arsenal are trying to do. Now, there's been times where I was like, he's got to go. And there's been times where it's like, don't fire him. Whatever you do, don't fire him, because we need that consistency. We can't be like Man U or Tottenham now, where we're switching coaches every 2 years or every season. You need a solid foundation.
Yeah.
And when it's all said and done, I think they picked the right guy, because, he appears to be buttoned up. He's one of those guys, and he's got philosophies, and the way he handles the media, the way he talks to the press, you can tell this is a guy who really gives a shit. And hey, progress is tangible now. I can see it.
There you go.
So hey, I'm gonna, I'm not afraid to say it. Now, the people, hold on. There's people out there who want to bask in this and be like, yeah, I told you blah blah this and blah blah that and this and that, the Arteta sexuals. You're basing you're living in fantasy land. What happened?
There's a phone ringing somewhere.
I thought you were like, oh shit, I gotta take a shit. I thought you had that look in your eye. Anyway, but yeah, so what I was saying is they were just basing it on fairyland shit. Like, they're just hoping, and it's worked out for them now. And shout out to them. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying our approach was way better. What I mean? We wanted to wait and see. We've seen now. We didn't shit all over him for his whole time here. There was a few occasions, but
I'm gonna even apologize to him about it just, like you said, with the patient, it was coming in perspective to me like recently, but I'm gonna even forgive him for the whole the whole Aubameyang thing. Aubameyang is considered, or was at least considered, a world-class striker. you're a coach and you have access to him, he really was just giving him his chance. Like, he was really just giving Aubameyang his chance to just get off and start playing again.
He gave him every opportunity to get his shit
Probably
together.
went longer than I could have, but hey, he did, and then he pulled the trigger on a big move and just got rid of him. And many coaches couldn't say that they could just do that in the middle of a season when we're in the top 7 at that point, and we're trying to push for our first European play for, what's this, 4 years now? Yeah. Next year would be year 4, I guess, or something, since we've been in there. Yeah. But he showed the patience that was necessary. And
we're scoring more goals now that Aubameyang is gone. So that's another feather in the hat for Arteta. He gets rid of, our talisman for the last few years, Aubameyang, Golden Boot winner, a world-class striker, gets rid of him right in the middle of the season when we're in the hunt for 4th place, and we started scoring more goals.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So that's a
it really unleashed the kids, and they were just like, I don't have to sit back and, be in reverence to this guy that scored so many goals in Europe. Now it's my turn. Now I get to go,
He got rid of a huge anchor around his team. This is, a big personality, singing and dancing and, Black Panther and all that bullshit. He got rid of that. And now we're dialed in. Now we got kids. They look at Laka and they're like, okay, this fool, he's got asthma and shit. He's running around the pitch. He's doing big things. I need to play hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I seen Laka at the club last night. He drank 5 cognacs. And look at him running out here. Look at him.
You know what I mean? Like, they get it now. You know what I mean? If you got to be fully dialed in if you're going to play for this team. Hey, here's another thing. Look, this was supposed to be a little quick podcast. Gabby, the way he handled Gabby for so many months, so many games, all I could think about was, where's Gabby? Why isn't he playing?
Yes.
Why? I get it now. You're a young player. You have those type of injuries. You do not need to be rushed back. You do not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Which was his problem for a while there. He gave us flashes every time you put him on the pitch, but then he would get injured, and now we got to sit him for 10 games.
Exactly. And the way he's handled that situation, the way they've brought him along slowly, so that, now I used to worry about Gabby because of the way he played. There was a
little frantic, and
there was a Danny Welbeck to his game where it's like, dude, you're getting hurt because you're the fucking fence is right there, dude. You know what I mean? The advertising board is right there, dude. Let it go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Danny Welbeck would just crash into it and tear his knee up. And I saw a lot of that with Gabby, and you can't have that,
Yeah.
You got to, you sit them for a while and you just say, hey, you got to relax. You got to, you got to come along slowly. You want your body to be fully healed, and perfect timing though. Get rid of Aubameyang. Gabby's out.
Great stat too.
Go ahead.
Gabby's assist yesterday from the corner.
Oh yeah. Beautiful corner.
That's 8 involvements now. And that's second in the Premier League for under 21 players.
Right.
Only second to Saka.
Right.
Come on. The future's bright, y'all. We got to keep these young kids around. We got to keep them together. And
can ESR play that Xhaka role next to Partey? That's the question, huh?
You know what? That's such a good question that I hadn't really thought of. But you know what?
I just thought about it right now.
Oh, good, because I'm curious. It seems like
I don't know.
It seems like there was a point. I think I may have said something about this like 2-3 months ago about, will it ever work to where we got one guy back? We got one guy back, and the other 2 guys are up the pitch more. Can that happen? Because that would make us more deadly offensively. Is our defense good enough for that?
Right.
You put Partey in front of White, Gabriel, with our two wing backs, and Ramsdale is a beast. It's probably worth a try. Now, I'm not saying right now, but now that I'm getting locked into the way Arteta thinks, this may be what he's maybe thinking.
Yeah.
Is like, maybe I can get ESR out there with the rest of the kids, and we got a bunch of just young bucks running all over the damn pitch. But,
No, I feel you. All right, so here we go. We've come to the end of this podcast, and I got to ask you the question.
Yeah.
Will we or can we – actually, will we get top 4?
Yes. We will get top 4. That's the first time I'm going to say it confidently.
That's 2 weeks. That's 2 weeks in a row for you. With me, I'll tell you on Thursday.
I look. You read my words. I said yes, and I don't want to be overly confident going into a Liverpool game. But
I'll tell you Thursday.
Because like I said, anytime I assess these, it's not solely on Arsenal's play.
Right.
So, Tom Brady came to see Cristiano Ronaldo and he puts in a hat trick. Does that mean Man U's good? If you watch the game, they actually really didn't play that great the whole game. They really didn't play that great. They're
like the Lakers. They can't really. Yeah. They don't play D. They old kind of. We owe them an ass beat. Look, we got Liverpool, we got Chelsea, we got Tottenham, we got Man U, we got West Ham. We still got to play all those teams. And I think we can, if we can get some points, even if we draw all those games, maybe lose against Chelsea or Liverpool and draw everybody else. I think we got it if we win the other games. Because, we got Liverpool on Wednesday. We got Aston Villa on Saturday, and then we got the international break until April 4th. You know what I mean? So once we're done with, once we come back from that international break, we got Palace, we got Brighton, we got Southampton. You know what I mean? And then we play Man United. So by then, that Man United game could be so far out of reach for them by then that it doesn't matter if we win or lose against them. So we're
definitely in the driver's seat. So top 4 with games in hand compared to the guys around us. Like, if we just continue to do our business, because I'll tell you what, those teams around us, I don't think any one of them are going to win out.
Exactly.
They're not winning every game.
Exactly.
We're probably not either. I would say confidently that we're not going to win every game out or whatever. So Liverpool could be a disappointment, but it doesn't end our season. We're still in position. So
no, because we play again on Saturday and we play Aston Villa. Yeah. If anything happens in that Liverpool game, we bounce back on Saturday, we're right back in the driver's seat. Because nobody expects us to beat Liverpool when they're playing the way they've been playing.
Yeah. Liverpool's got something to fight for.
Well, they have to win this game.
Yeah.
They have to. Or they can pretty much kiss the title goodbye.
Mm-hmm.
So there you have it.
And that's my response to you, little dude. There's your answer. Yes, Wednesday's a big game, but it doesn't define our season. It doesn't.
No. And the Leicester City is about to get rated this offseason. Oh. It's going to be a completely different team for them.
Yeah.
At the end of this one.
Yeah. And you picked the one guy. A Tielemans would fit right into our midfield, I think, pretty good. Pretty good.
Oh, yeah. And a Fofana thing. Look, anyway, that's going to do it for today. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for all the support. Thanks for all the likes and all that shit, whatever. But, make sure you get over to YouTube and subscribe, and we appreciate everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just two friends, man. We're having a good time watching our team. Haven't felt this good about the team in many years.
You're not going to get a tactical breakdown, with all kind of slides and shit on this podcast.
Sure. I made a new graphic. Check out.
And either way, I just want to make this point known. Either way, I don't give a shit.
Right.
All right. There you go. All right. Peace.
Peace.
Twisting, turning. That's a penalty, is it? No, he's still going.
Thank you for tuning into Caught in Two Minds. Please head on over to iTunes to subscribe, rate, and review. All feedback is much appreciated. And be sure to follow us on Twitter at CITM Podcasts, at Guna Rush, and at eMarshall Comedy. The music of this podcast is brought to you by Statics. If you like what you hear, please head on over to staticsmusic.com and be sure to follow them on Twitter and Instagram at Statics Music. That's STATX Music. Peace.